Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Julian Kanto. Is it Julia Kanto? I believe. No, I'm sorry, not Julia Kanto. Alyson Court. And the reason why I want to talk about Alyson Court, she, along with a whole bunch of celebrities, want to I guess white savior, white guilt of voicing characters that they're not the race of. And I gotta say, it's probably the most dumbest thing I've ever heard, to be honest. If there's one thing we shouldn't have to deal with at all, it is voice actors having to actually be the race or the sexuality or gender of the character that they're voicing. That's the whole point of voice. Like, you're missing the fundamental nature of voice acting. It's not about what you look like, what orientation you are, or anything. Like, you're supposed to be acting as a character, and I'm supposed to believe you through your voice. Not, oh, well, I gotta get a real Asian American to voice Jubilee because some guilt of, man, they should have cast the Asian person because we're not given enough Asian representation on TV or something like that, or the black characters need to be voiced by the black characters because there's all, it's just nonsense all around. When I was growing up, there were plenty of people of color that were voicing characters that they didn't look nothing like. So I don't understand what we're talking about. Just because the person wants to step down, for some white guilt thing or virtue signaling nonsense, that's great, that's fine. But it shouldn't be a requirement, and it shouldn't be something that studios look into. To be honest, you tell her to shut the hell up. It ain't about her. It ain't about her virtue signaling. It's about the fans. The fans want her to voice Jubilee. When you're going to bring a revival for a show, I want the original voice cast, if they're still alive. I want the original voice cast, if they're still alive, to voice the characters. Plain and simple. That's it. So you shut up. You put on big boy pants, and you sit up there and you voice the character that I like, period. In the conversation. Not, oh, well, we gotta put the production on hold because we got to look for an Asian person or whatever. Now, if the original voice actor decides to not return, okay, cool. But if the only reason why you're not returning is because you think of some white savior guilt bullshit, or you believe that the character need to be voiced by an authentic authentic person of color, you need Jesus, and you need to seek it fast. It's dumb. It's really dumb. Like, we're literally putting people in boxes in order for things to move along. So if they introduce a trans character in X-Men, right? We gotta go find a trans actor. You make that make sense. What does being the sexuality or the race or the gender of that person do? What does that help? How does that connect to that character? It doesn't. It's no big deal, to be honest. That's why I don't understand why people think that, oh, we need to change this stuff around. Like the guy who originally did Cleveland. I like the guy I like the white guy that was voicing Cleveland, but no, he stepped down because it was wrong of a white person to voice a black character. So let's get a knockoff. Let's get a black person that can imitate him to be the voice of Cleveland. And where is Cleveland hardly at? Barely in the show now. It's completely dumb. Nancy Cartwright, how long she been doing Bart? For years. So should she step down because she's not a man? Or even then, she's not a 10-year-old boy. I'm just being honest. Like, when is enough is going to be enough? I don't care what you look like or what your orientation is when it comes to voice acting. I need to believe the voice is coming from her. Like, to be honest, Yugimoto from Yu-Gi-Oh, right? In the American dub, he's voiced by Dan Green, right? Both versions, the Lil Yugi and a Tim. I always thought that Lil Yugi was voiced and a Tim were two different actors, and the guy that was playing the Pharaoh voice was a black man. He sounded black to me because of his voice. It brought such a gravitas to the character. And then when you find out it's Dan Green, you're like, oh, okay, cool. Because Dan Green also voiced black characters in other animated shows. So that's why when the Pharaoh would talk, it sounded like a black man. You get what I'm saying? But he's not. But that doesn't mean I want all the characters that Dan Green recorded over who aren't white. I want him to I want the people that of that descent to voice over. No, that's dumb. That's dumb. That's like going over to China or Japan or Spain, right? Because they have dubbers. They voice over American stuff as well, just like we dub over as well. So what they're supposed to get so if we're in China and they need to voice over these characters, right? So what are they supposed to do? Bring black people over when they're watching an all black movie and get them to voice over black Chinese people to speak Mandarin for them so the audience can understand? No. They're gonna get some talented voice actors in the field, and they're gonna get them to try to sound as much as they can like the American actors who are dubbing who they're dubbing over. It's tit for tat. But this is what I'm talking about. The United States let too much shit slide sometimes to the point where it's just like, this is getting out of hand. Like, who the hell cares about about the behind the scenes of the voice actor? I don't care. As long as the voice actor can sound like the character that I know, that I'm familiar with, I don't care. Like, I don't care if Superman was voiced by a black man in the animated series, as long as he sounded like fucking Clark. As long as he sounded like Clark and he sounded like Superman, a Superman that I can believe in, who cares? We're not talking about live action depictions. We're talking about a voice actor who trains their voice to sound like different voices. Come on now. I mean, look at Johnny Young Boss. He went from Power Rangers to voicing so many anime characters, it's not even funny. And we already know that Johnny Young Boss isn't Japanese. So why is he voicing all these Japanese boys? You know what I'm saying? Like, shouldn't they get a Japanese person to voice over? No, it's dumb. The same thing with Sean Schimmel. Sean Schimmel's not what, I guess Asian. I guess it will be Asian because it's based off of the Legend of the Monkey, Son Goku, I believe. So yeah, but like I said, Sean Kimmel, he's no Asian descent person. So should he not voice Goku anymore? You know, it's tit for tat, to be honest. I just think it's lazy. I don't know who they're trying to please, but it ain't me. I'm not impressed. I think it's dumb, to be honest, but it is what it is. I don't know why people start doing this kind of nonsense, but hey, y'all do you, and I'ma just chill out over here in the corner and just ignore y'all stupidity. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.